Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So let's talk about James Harden firing back at the Mavericks broadcaster who put him on blast and exposed him for all the nonsense he's been doing. So James Harden said it would be messed up, it would be effed up if I went at him and started being disrespectful. The guy wasn't disrespectful towards you. He only spoke the truth, what everybody has been thinking and seeing. All he did was call you out on your bullcrap. You have been doing bullcrap for a minute now and he called you out. He didn't lie. He didn't make things up. He didn't fabricate a story. He just called you out on the events and the timeline and events that happened. Those are all factual things that happened. You could go back and double check or check. So I don't know what James Harden is talking about, like this man is making things up. He only said what all of us is thinking and been saying. And this is all factual. So this is what James Harden had to say. He doesn't know me or the situation. That would be effed up if I went at him and started being disrespectful to him. But I can't. They don't know anything. They just go off what they see on social media or hearsay. What the guy said about James Harden, that had nothing to do with going off social media. These are events that you could check that happened throughout the years. These are all events you could check based off years and timeline. And it's the truth. He spoke the truth. Like they say, the truth hurts. All the situation in Houston, Brooklyn, Philly, all those situation and timeline was caused by James Harden. They gave him everything he wanted. He wanted out of Houston, he pout. They granted him his wishes. He went to Brooklyn because he wanted to team up with KD and Kyrie and form a big three and with hopes and aspiration of winning a championship in Brooklyn. Then he got mad at Kyrie for not taking the vaccine, because Kyrie have his own beliefs, which he should. You should stand on what you stand on. So he got mad and he left. He went to Philly. Then he got to Philly. He took a pay cut. Daryl Morey promised him, you know what, we'll take care of you the following year. And he reneged on his promise, went against his words. So James Harden got mad. He pouted and he said, get me out of here. Now he's in LA on the Clippers. So all these things are factual. You could check the timelines. These are events that happened. So this man is not making things up. He's not reading social media and just fabricating stories. We all know the history of James Harden. We all know the history. Time periods, timeline, history, what happened. We all know this stuff. So I don't know why he's trying to act like he's being attacked and people are just making up things. And no, we're just tired of you doing the same nonsense you've been doing. We are tired of you quitting on teams, pouting. You don't get your way. You want out. You can't stick to anything. You can't be committed to a team or a situation. Every time you go to a new team, the minute you're unhappy with something, I need to get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Get me out of here. I'm not happy. And it's bratty and it's immature, man. Like, grow up. So I don't know why he's talking about this guy's reading stuff online. No, he's speaking the truth. James Harden continues. I don't know exactly what he said, but I pay that no mind. I do a really good job at ignoring the noise because it doesn't affect me. It's just people talking. I guarantee you that if you put whoever is talking in this situation, it wouldn't be beneficial for them. That's my mindset. But my focus is getting wins. So that's what James Harden had to say about that whole situation. And the Mavericks commentator, reporter who called him out, put him on blast, expose him for the nonsense he's been doing for all these seasons, creating chaos wherever he goes. Every team he goes to, he creates chaos, drama. And it's the never-ending story. Like, will James Harden ever be happy? Will James Harden ever be happy on any team? Will he ever be happy? That seems like an impossible task for James Harden to be happy. Speaking about that situation, the Clippers just lost last night. They have been 0-5 with James Harden. They are falling and falling and falling. They can't seem to get any wins, and the trade for James Harden is not looking good. We all knew it was a bad trade, but it's looking even more terrible because they can't win and they're too small. Every team they play, it's the same issue. They are too small, undersized. They're getting out-rebounded. They got to keep doubling. And when you double team, you leave other players open. Wing players, shooters, they're wide open because you got to double team because they're undersized. They played a really good game last night, but the issue remains they are too small. They have no one to guard Joker. They tried with Kawhi, Tucker, whoever, and it doesn't matter. The only person that did a solid job on Joker was Zubac, and he didn't play a lot. He played a small amount. So this issue is not going away. It's not getting any better. They're going to keep losing. They might win some games, obviously, but they're going to lose a lot of games until they get some size. And on top of that, they got to figure out their whole situation, play style, who will start the game, rotations. They got to figure out a lot of things beyond playing quality defense. So right now, it's a bad situation in LA. The Clippers, they're going through it. The James Harden trade is not looking good at all. It's just bad, man. And this reporter who called James Harden out, put him on blast. He said what all of us been thinking, been saying. It's nothing new because we have seen this movie, James Harden doing all this nonsense. The Clippers should have never traded for James Harden. They had a good thing going. They didn't need Harden. But because they're so desperate for wins, or I don't know if the owner is trying to, bring Harden in so in case Kawhi and PG don't sign back or whatever the situation is. But it's not working, man. It's not working. They lost. Yes, they lost because of the same situation, the same issue. They're undersized. But they played a very good game last night. They showed a lot of heart. You saw some kind of pulse, some life in them, and it was a good game. It was actually a pretty solid game. Came down to the wire. But in the end, Denver, they're just too big. They have the Joker, he's 7 foot. Porter Jr., he's 6'10". Aaron Gordon, he's 6'8". Denver is a big team. So even though James Harden might disagree with the commentator, the Dallas commentator, he might not agree with his sentiments or whatever he said, and that's fine. But you got to prove yourself. Harden has to prove himself. If you want to debunk whatever he's saying, you have to prove yourself. That's the only way. You want to shut him up, shut up all the naysayers, make us all look stupid. Prove yourself. That's the only way. Until he do that, it's going to always be somebody saying something, rightfully so, understandably, and you just got to deal with it. But as always, I holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.